Morning! You guys want to see what 24% chance of rain is? I would guess that's 100, but what do I know? Well, the first thing I'm dealing with today, while I'm allowing Mother Nature to make up her mind what she wants to do, I'm having an issue develop on this. The air compressor is not turning on. And this is the air compressor right here. And it's controlled up into the cab. I have power in the cab to the wire. But from the cab to here, there's no power. So it's somewhere in this cluster of wiring harness here that is an issue I'm having. There's a couple relays in here. I want to check to make sure there's power in the relays, and the relays are actually good. But I need air pressure. And what the air pressure does is, see these airbags? They're very similar to an airbag on a semi. They fill up with X amount of PSI, providing downforce on the row units to prevent the row units from bouncing up and down out of the ground and stuff. That way you have a consistent depth, seed depth, throughout the whole field. I've never had a planter before with this pneumatic downforce. I like the idea. I'm just having issues getting it to turn on. So that's kind of what I'm working on this morning, and hopefully we can get her dialed in. Okay, I'm getting power from the tractor all the way to the back of the planter to this block. And then it goes through some solenoids, and then the electric runs all the way back up to the compressor. So I'm guessing one of these solenoid blocks is bad, because what I'm reading online is these are a frequent problem. So I'm guessing, and this is all hypothetical, I'm guessing my issue is somewhere here, not sending the signal to the air compressor up there to turn on. That's my best guess. All right, I have been screwing with this for a while now, and I'm really not any further ahead. I did take a bit of a break just because I was getting frustrated with it and I didn't want anything to be broken. So I took a break, did a few things around the shop here, and then came back to it, and now I'm starting to get frustrated again. I did, however, sneeze a little while ago and my nose started gushing blood, so I've been dealing with that as well. And I managed to get the truck washed, so it is done, ready to go. It can be shipped out of here and for sale. So yeah, I'm going to continue with this, but I'm just woosah. That's what I need to do. Just relax. Now I will say I did narrow it down to between here and the compressor, because I am getting power from the tractor to here, but this is not sending a signal to turn the air compressor on. And then I thought, maybe the air compressor's bad. So I grabbed a 12-volt battery. I went up there, hooked up wires, positive and negative wires, and then I unplugged the compressor, and then I just plugged the compressor into those wires, and the compressor turned on and ran off the battery. So that tells me the compressor's working. It's just something here, or it's a broken wire between here and there, which I have a wire tracer at home, a tester, to where I can hook it up here and it'll send a signal and I can hear an audible sound all along there. I might just do that tomorrow. That might be my best guess. That would tell me if the wires broke or not. At the end of the day, if push comes to shove, I could still go plant. This little piece right here, it's like a tire valve, like a valve stem on your tire. I can fill it with shop air out of the compressor and kind of go from there. According to the book, you're supposed to fill this with shop air first, and then the compressor is just a maintainer in case it drops a little below what it's supposed to be. Then you can raise it back up again with the compressor on board. And I filled this up with shop air before I started doing my test here a couple weeks ago, and everything seemed to work, and it took 2 days for it to bleed down air pressure. So realistically, I could fill it with shop air, go plant the 115 acres of corn and not worry about it. Push comes to shove, I can throw an air compressor in the back of the truck and, you know, fill it up that way if I absolutely have to. I don't want to, because the planter is designed to maintain air pressure with its own air compressor. But I have alternatives if need be. And yes, I could call John Deere out and have them look at it and figure it out, but I'm going to exhaust all of my options before I do that, because service calls are expensive and I don't feel like paying for one right now. But so if I can fix this thing myself, I'm going to. I'm not ignorant when it comes to this kind of stuff. I can usually just stumble my way through it and figure it out. So worst case scenario, I call John Deere, and to be honest with you, it's kind of looking like it's getting close to that point. All right guys, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm frustrated. I think I'm gonna continue this on till tomorrow, and I don't have enough clips I feel to make a video. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm just gonna continue this on tomorrow. So we will see you in the morning. Morning. It literally just kind of quit raining. We ended up getting 2/10 of an inch last night. So things are a little damp. It's a little chilly this morning. We got a north wind. Wind's coming out of the north now. So it's kind of like blowing some of the cold air down to us. And tonight, it's supposed to get down, we're under a freeze warning right now. It's supposed to get down to 27 degrees tonight. So before I go home, I'm going to pull the red truck out of the barn, get the sprayer in the barn, and I have to run to our fertilizer place and get a load of liquid fertilizer, starter fertilizer for the corn, and that's got to come in the barn tonight before I go home. That way the barn itself will help kind of protect it from freezing. I also need to drain the well, drain all the lines out of the well to protect those from freezing and busting as well. I guess winter is trying to stay. I am leaving the fertilizer facility right now. It's very state-of-the-art and works really well when it works. Because everything is computerized, and the computer went down right before we started to fill. So I've been here a while. Not a happy camper, but I get it. Everything's automated. Things like that happen. And it just so happens the tank that I have leaks a little bit. So now when I get back to the farm, I got to find a cap to put over one piece because it's dripping, and dripping's not good when you spend that kind of money on fertilizer. So yeah. Alright, I'm back. After I got back to the farm with that liquid tank, I got pulled away to go look at a truck. A friend of mine's buying a brand new F350, so I went with him on a test drive and look at it, things like that. But anyway, now that he dropped me back off the farm, I got in my truck. I'm gonna go look at, it's a new piece of property that we just picked up over the winter, and it was hay for a lot of years. So I went in and sprayed it, I want to say a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, with burn down, and I want to go see how that's progressing, because it is so thick with grasses that I don't know if the spray penetrated all the way through it. So I need to go see how it's progressing to determine if I'm going to have to hit it a second time with spray. Basically is what I'm getting at. I don't know. It's starting to discolor, but I might have to respray this. Just because it's so thick with foliage that I might have to respray this for a second time. This field over here was sprayed the exact same time as this field, and this one is dying and turning yellow. But it's also been cool out, so I don't expect the spray to work instantly, but you can see the difference. We own this property, and this field everything's dying, but that field is still green. So I might have to respray that. That's what I was afraid of. You know, there's one thing I didn't do. This is the tender tank that we got from our fertilizer dealer, and you can kind of see the line here of fertilizer, liquid fertilizer for corn. I didn't start this motor to see if it ran. I should probably do that before we're wanting to fill the planters, because I'm going to tell you right now, crap will hit the fan if the thing doesn't run and I'm needing it. Uh-oh. All right, you guys saw it run. So now if I go to fill and it doesn't run, I don't know what's wrong with it, but that makes me feel good. Okay, I got the well drained, so that doesn't freeze tonight. Everything that potentially could freeze tonight is in the barn. So I guess we're gonna hope for the best at this point. I think it's gonna be dipping down to 27 for like 4 or 5 hours. But that's enough to freeze some things and possibly break some lines, so we're hoping everything will be good. So at any rate, I'm going to shut the barn up and go home, edit this. Hopefully, if everything works out, as you can see, the sun is out right now. Providing the sun stays out, hopefully in the next 2 days we'll be dropping some corn seed in the ground. At least that's the plan. See if it works out. I guess I ought to tell you guys goodbye. All right, thanks for watching. Oh, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.